6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavala, read by Soundi Thavam. Sri Lanka to receive 500,000 doses of Covishield under India's Vaccine Maitri initiative. The vaccination drive in Sri Lanka will commence tomorrow. Priority will be given to the frontline medical staff. A special traffic plan will be implemented today. Random rapid antigen tests will be carried out on those leaving the Western province from today. In world news, Biden signs existential executive orders on climate and environment. Under the government of India's Vaccine Maitri initiative, a consignment of 500,000 doses of Covishield vaccines manufactured in India will be arriving in Sri Lanka. The High Commissioner of India in Colombo said the consignment will be transported on a special Air India flight today and packed in tailor-made boxes for the purpose. This will be ceremonially handed over by the High Commissioner Gopal Bagle at the Bandaranaike International Airport to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Oxford AstraZeneca's Covishield vaccine is manufactured by the Serum Institute of India. This has been approved for emergency use by the government of Sri Lanka. The gift from India is keeping in line with India's continued support to Sri Lanka in fighting the COVID pandemic. 4 consignments of medical supplies weighing around 25 tons were donated by India, who also organized online experience sharing programs for Sri Lankan medical professionals. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's senior advisor Lalit Veeratunga, who has been appointed to chair the Presidential Task Force to oversee COVID-19 vaccinations, said yesterday that no Sri Lankan citizen will be forced to vaccinate themselves once the vials arrive in the country starting today, and for the coming 9 months the vaccines will be provided to every individual free of charge. Speaking to journalists in a special media briefing, Mr. Veeratunga said that the vaccinations would not be compulsory but would be provided on a voluntary basis, as all vaccines were being distributed only on an emergency basis. Those being vaccinated will have to fill a form of consent before receiving the jab. At any given time, if those who are reluctant to receive the vaccines change their minds, they will be able to receive the vaccinations in their allocated healthcare sectors. The vaccination drive will commence tomorrow. Priority will be given for the frontline medical staff and the other forces who are highly vulnerable to the COVID-19 disease. 772 coronavirus patients were identified in Sri Lanka yesterday, increasing the caseload to 60,694. 742 individuals among the group were linked to the Paliagoda COVID-19 cluster, while 7 persons from within the prisons also tested positive for the virus. The number of coronavirus recoveries in Sri Lanka increased to 52,566 after 1,520 individuals recovered and were discharged during the past 24 hours. 7,838 individuals are being treated for COVID-19 at present, while 863 persons are under medical observation on suspicion that they may have contracted the coronavirus. As per the epidemiology unit's tally, Sri Lanka has witnessed 290 COVID-19 related deaths so far. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva said the need for insurance cover on behalf of the workers. He said that an insurance cover is important during accidents and disaster situations for the economic security of workers. The minister pointed out that there are special insurance schemes in foreign countries for work sites and the workers who are employed in those places. He said that it is a shortcoming that such a scheme is not implemented in the country. He was speaking during a function at the Labour Department auditorium yesterday. Scholarships were given to 39 children of the workers who were seriously injured or lost their lives at work sites. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that a good market will be found for the harvest of local soya bean cultivators. The minister mentioned this during a function yesterday at the Trade Ministry, marking the launch of locally produced Omega soya oil to the market through the State Trading Corporation. The minister pointed out that billions of rupees can be saved by producing soya oil in the country. That's local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohan said that special traffic plans will be implemented today. This will be implemented island-wide, paying special attention regarding the passenger safety during the pandemic. Stern legal action will be taken against the persons who will be taken into custody today, and that came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
In Watchlight, police spokesman DIG Ajit Rohan says random rapid antigen tests will be carried out on those leaving the Western Province from today to January 31st at 11 exit points. The spokesman said that in addition, random antigen tests would be conducted further in public transportation, fish and vegetable stalls and weekly fairs, and came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In world news headlines, Biden signs existential executive orders on climate and environment. The US issues heightened threat alert after transition. Coronavirus, the EU demands UK-made AstraZeneca vaccine doses. US President Joe Biden has signed a series of executive orders designed to address climate change, including a new ban on some energy drilling. The orders aim to freeze new oil and gas leases on public lands and double offshore wind-produced energy by 2030. They are expected to meet stiff resistance from the energy industry and come as a sea change from Donald Trump, who cut environmental protections. Quote, "Today is Climate Day at the White House, and we have already waited too long, and we can't wait any longer," Mr. Biden told reporters at the White House. The US must lead a global response to the climate change crisis, he said. The US security chiefs have warned of a heightened threat of domestic terrorism from people unhappy with the outcome of the November election. The Department of Homeland Security said the 6th January attack on the US Capitol by Trump supporters may have emboldened some extremists. In an advisory, it warned of a threat from individuals frustrated with the exercise of governmental authority, but it added that there was no information on a specific plot. The EU has urged pharmaceutical firm AstraZeneca to supply it with more doses of its COVID-19 vaccine from UK plants amid a row over shortages. The company has infuriated the bloc by saying it can deliver only a fraction of the doses it promised for the first quarter of the year. It blames production issues at European plants, but the EU says doses made elsewhere should make up the shortfall. The EU has been criticised for the slow rollout of its vaccinations. To conclude this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Biden signs executive orders on climate and environment. The US issues heightened threat alert after transition. Coronavirus, EU demands UK-made AstraZeneca vaccine doses. And that concludes this bulletin of world news. Development news up next.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In development news, the Cabinet nod has been granted to draft a new Fossil Fuel Resource Development Act, replacing the Fossil Fuel Resources Act No. 26 of 2003, in order to establish a new legal framework for local fossil fuel, including the natural gas industry, as proposed in the National Policy on Natural Gas. Energy Minister Udaya Gammanpilla presented the Cabinet a proposal to draft a new act, while highlighting the shortcomings in the current act in terms of interpreting the definitions, regulation, progress and maintaining a national monitoring agency. That's development news, and moving on to sports. The International Olympics Committee is fully concentrated and committed to the successful and safe delivery of the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics this year, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, IOC President Thomas Bach says. The German said all stakeholders, including the Japanese government, were fully united and committed to going ahead with the rearranged games. Despite much of Japan being under a state of emergency because of a third wave of COVID, the Olympics are set to commence on the 23rd of July. That's sports news, business news up next.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Apple sales have hit another record as families loaded up on the firm's latest phones, laptops and gadgets during the Christmas period. Sales in the last 3 months of 2020 hit more than $111 billion, up 21% from the prior year. The gains come as the pandemic pushes more activity online, fueling demand for new technology. Apple now counts more than 1.65 billion active devices globally, including more than 1 billion iPhones. Apple's gains follow the release of its new iPhone 12 suite of phones, which executives said had convinced a record number of people to switch to the company or upgrade from older models. That's business news, economic news up next.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News. Courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Sri Lanka will call investors for a fully foreign-funded elevated highway in the capital Colombo to be built as a build, operate, transfer project. Sri Lanka's Cabinet of Ministers had cleared the request for proposals for the elevated highway as a fully foreign-funded project. The expressway will run from the New Kalani Bridge along the Port Access Elevated Highway and will connect to the Aturugiriya interchange of the Outer Circular Highway, the statement said. It will go through the suburb of Rajagiriya. That's economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And to conclude, a look at the weather report. The showery condition is expected to enhance over the northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in the Matale district during the next few days from today. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in the Matale and Hambantota districts. Fairly heavy falls above 50 millimeters can be expected at some places in the eastern province. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in the northwestern, central, Sabragama province and in the Galle and Matara districts after 2 p.m. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. Sri Lanka to receive 500,000 doses of Covishield under India's Vaccine Maitri initiative. The vaccination drive in Sri Lanka will commence tomorrow. Priority will be given to the frontline medical staff. A special traffic plan will be implemented today. Random rapid antigen tests will be carried out on those leaving the Western province from today. Biden signs existential executive orders on climate and environment. That concludes this morning's news broadcast, and now it's back to your hostess Geethanjali Ramanayaka to keep you company. Good morning, Geethanjali, and it's all yours.